Marriage counseling can seem like a daunting proposition to some couples, maybe just one side of the couple as well. Our next guest is here, though, to say that that's simply not the case. With us today is Heather Buer, a licensed marriage and family therapist, to talk about a great upcoming event that hopes to maybe help re-spark love for those in need. Sometimes it's just spark some good conversation.
Spark some good conversation would be a really good thing. So I've put together this class. It's called Stop Fighting and Start Connecting. And it's a really great way for couples, if maybe they haven't ever done any marriage counseling before, to just kind of dip their toe in. You know, if, like you said, maybe one of the members of the couple is a little apprehensive, this is a great way. You can just come and have some coffee and cookies and just listen. You don't even have to say a word. I won't even make people introduce themselves.
Oh, I love that. You don't even have to talk.
Yeah.
But you know what? I also want to add that something like this could be really beneficial. It doesn't mean you don't have to have a bad relationship or be fighting necessarily to really benefit from this.
Well, the thing is, if you ever feel stuck in a conversation, if you ever feel like, oh, we just seem to leave things unresolved, then this is the perfect answer for that, or the perfect tool, because I'll be giving out tools. Really, there's 3 crucial steps that I'm going to be sharing with these couples, because once we get in that stuck place and it feels almost like, how are we ever going to resolve this? Then the resentment starts to build and the bitterness, and either someone lashes out or the opposite, you end up giving each other the silent treatment. It's usually, you know, one extreme or the other. Then very little that's productive ends up happening, and then there's this slow creeping separateness, and that creeping separateness is really like the death knell, you know, for marriages. You have to be able to stay connected, to stay, you know, seeing each other, understanding each other, and that's what I want to help couples understand how to do.
And how important is communication in doing something like this?
Pretty much the most important thing in your marriage, because, I mean, without communication, you don't really have a relationship.
Very true. What kinds of patterns, you kind of touched on this, do you see in couples who just can't resolve conflict?
You know, I feel like we don't have a lot of language for expressing how we feel about things or how things impact us. And so most of the time we end up saying, why do you have to do that? Or would you just knock it off? Or why do you have to be such a jerk? You know, it's things like that that we say in reaction to hurt inside of ourselves. But if we could, then the other person feels attacked, and then there's defensiveness, and then once that defensiveness starts, like, everything's just out the window.
Domino
effect there. Yes, it usually becomes like a tit for tat thing. Well, you did this, well, you do that too, back and forth. And I want to get couples out of that, like, that pattern. And there's some very simple steps to do. You have to be kind of cognizant of when it starts to happen, because you want to nip it in the bud right away. But to be able to say, I feel so hurt by what just happened here, or I feel really hopeless about this situation. But, you know, our culture just doesn't have a lot of language to deal with how we feel about things oftentimes, and so we just lash out or we bottle up. You know, those tend to be the two things that we do. So I want to get couples out of that lashing out or bottling up pattern, and give them some language to start expressing, like, what's happening in the relational sphere between the two of them, because there's a space between two people that's really sacred. And, you know, when it starts to get cloudy and dark and icky, people retreat.
Yeah. And it's all right to validate feelings then as well. Because I know I'm often told this is not just feelings, let's deal with facts, but feelings should be validated.
Absolutely, because if we don't deal with them, they're not going to go away. We can't squash a feeling and bottle it up and, you know, squish it down and pretend that that's going to be okay. It's just going to come out sideways somewhere. I mean, this is just the fact of the matter. This is how we're made. Because when we start to bottle things up, then all that happens is stress, resentment. You know, then, you know, like I said before, you start to get angry about things, and you say things that you don't mean. So rather than dealing with just facts are great. We need to deal with facts, but usually what we're fighting about is not the issue. The things that we fight about are symptoms. You know, it's like, if we feel disconnected, if a wife feels disconnected from her husband, she's probably going to be, you know, kind of agitated about things. If a husband feels disrespected by his wife, he's going to be agitated about things. And so how do we bridge that gap, but to be able to say, I feel disrespected, or I feel disconnected, rather than, why do you always have to be gone with your friends playing, you know, pool or something.
So this would be, I think this would be a great Christmas gift. And you said that too.
Yes.
So when is it? How much is it? You know, what are the details if you're thinking that?
Yeah, so the details are that this is, we're offering this as kind of a Christmas gift. And so gentlemen, I want to put this out there that there are a lot of wives out there who would love to get this as a Christmas gift. And it's super affordable. So it's $50 per couple. So if you wanted to see me, it would be $180 for an hour. So this is 50, like, you know, do the math. So it's $50. You have to pay in full at the office or over a credit card over the phone, and we'll give you a little certificate saying, you know, reserving your spot. It's going to be on January 16th. That's a Thursday, and it's going to be from 7 p.m. until 8:15. And I'll stick around for a little while to answer questions if people want to talk for a little while. But we'll have some coffee and some treats. I think we're going to call up Nicole's to get some good treats there for us. And it's just going to be, you know, simple. It's not going to be, I'm not going to make people, you know, answer questions. It's, you know, because I feel like that it could be an intimidating type of thing. If people want to ask questions, great.
They sure can.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Heather, I love this idea. Thank you so much.
Yeah.
We'll put some more information up on our Facebook page a little bit later today as to getting tickets. I think it's a great gift. It's showing that you love your spouse, your partner, and you want to connect. I love it.
Invest.
Invest. We'll be right back.